Okay, so we are still looking at integration, and we are continuing these examples to show how to integrate the inverse trig functions. Okay, again, this function here looks almost similar to the integration of this trig inverse function, and we know that this trig inverse function gives you arc tan x plus k. Okay, so we must get our question form into this form. Okay, so that 25 must be 1. So let's divide or take out 25 out of that section, the denominator. If you take out 25, you're left with a 1 there, but then you have x squared over 25 left. And you can check it, because if you multiply 25 back, you get 25, and then 25 divided by 25, you are then you again sit with x squared. Okay, so we can keep the integration symbol there. Okay, so let's further simplify this to finally get it into that standard inverse trig form. So let's write it like this. So if you have that, because now you have the square over the x over 5, and that obviously if you take the square in, you get x squared over 25, and this section anyway looks similar to that. Now we can start integrating this. Okay, and remember, this 1 over 25 you can keep outside the integration just to make it easier and to distinguish it so that you don't get confused. Okay, but let's integrate this now. Okay, it's 1 over 25. You can keep like that. Any constants you can always put next to the integration sign. Okay, now let us consider this then. If we integrate this, we know we are going to go to arc tan x. Okay, so we know we're going to get arc tan. Now the x in the original inverse trig would just be the x in the arc tan x. In this case we have x over 5, and then again you do the opposite. When we do integration, the opposite of differentiation. So instead of doing the chain rule and multiplying with this one's derived form, then what we are going to do is we are going to divide with this one's derivative, the x over 5's derivative, and that's just 1 over 5. Now if you divide by 1 over 5, you are actually multiplying this one by 5. And to see that, you can consider something. I'll just give you an example. Let's say you have y divided by 1 over 5. Okay, it's the same as y divided by 1 over 5. It's the same as y times by, and then you tips and times, y times 5. And this is exactly the same. So you have actually 1 over 25 arc tan x over 5, and then you times this whole thing by 5. This means the same, and then you can simplify that. So 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 25 5 times. So you have 1 over 5 arc tan and x over 5. Make that tan a bit better.